Welcome to this tutorial on FLIR Ignite. I'm Matt Schwegler with the Infrared Training Center, here to get you started. Now before we begin, it's important to mention that knowing how to use this software is not a replacement for infrared training. To successfully analyze images and create effective reports, users must also be able to correctly interpret what they're seeing. This is especially true if you are measuring temperatures. For that to happen, however, proper certification training is required. So if you're ready to get certified, watch until the end of this presentation for a special offer to attend a certification course with the Infrared Training Center. Throughout the year, the Infrared Training Center offers hundreds of dates at a number of convenient locations worldwide, including online certification courses too. Head to infraredtraining.com to learn more. FLIR Ignite is a cloud-based data management system that automatically syncs your saved images. Users can also manually upload images from their camera or computer. This allows you to view and edit saved images, as well as generate inspection reports from any online device using your Ignite account. Ignite is also platform independent, which means it works on both PC and Macintosh computers, as well as Android and iPhone mobile devices. Ignite comes in two versions, Starter or Pro, and offers several different pricing options depending on how much storage you require or the number of reports you need to generate. Creating a basic starter account is free. Let's set up an Ignite account by creating a username and password. If you're already working with Ignite, feel free to skip to the next section. I should mention that anyone with an existing account on any FLIR site can also use those credentials as well to access Ignite. Open a web browser and go to ignite.flir.com. Click Sign Up or Sign In to create an account. Enter your email address. This will be your username. Then select Continue, where you'll be asked to enter and create a password. After reviewing the terms and conditions, follow the prompts that introduce you to Ignite and its many features. Click Next until you reach the main library. You are now set up with an Ignite account. Next, let's connect your thermal imager. Uploading images from your camera to an Ignite account requires a Wi-Fi connection. Most modern FLIR thermal imagers have this capability. Go to FLIR.com or check your user documentation to determine if your camera model is compatible. To connect your thermal imager to Wi-Fi, go to the Settings menu and select Connections. Turn on Wi-Fi and select an appropriate network. You will need your network key or password. You should also check with your IT department's policies before proceeding to ensure you are following these properly. Once connected, navigate back to the main Settings menu where you can sign into Ignite and pair the thermal imager to your account. To pair your thermal imager with an Ignite account, navigate to the camera Settings menu and tap the FLIR Ignite option at the top of the screen. Select Sign In. Here you will see two options to connect a camera. A URL is available if you prefer to do this via a web browser, or you can use your smartphone camera to scan the QR code. Let's do that for the purposes of this demonstration. Open the camera app on your cell phone and look at the QR code. A web link should appear. Click the link and you'll be redirected to the FLIR Ignite website. Once the page comes up on your phone, sign in with your username and password. The 8-character pairing code displayed on your thermal imager will automatically appear in your phone's web browser. Select Start Pairing and wait for a confirmation to appear. The camera display should change and your registered name will now show up, confirming that you are connected to Ignite. Press the back arrow in the upper left corner to back out. This should display your account information, including your email address, a status bar showing how much storage remains on your account, and an option to switch auto upload on or off. Let's leave it on for now to take full advantage of Ignite's ability to back up your thermal data. Now that you've created an account and have connected your camera, anytime you save an image, it will automatically upload to Ignite. Ignite also provides the ability to manually add images to your library. This is useful if you have an existing database of thermal images that you'd like to add. Select Upload Files from the main library and navigate to where your images are saved on your computer. Select the desired file and click Open or Upload. We also recommend creating additional folders to keep your images organized. This will become important as your library of saved images continues to grow. Folders can be categorized by client name and date, inspection route, equipment type, and more. To create a folder, select New Folder and provide a name. Click Create, and the new folder should now appear in your library. To move images into this folder, select which ones you would like to move. Then select the three dots in the top right corner of the page for additional options. Click Move or Copy, pick the desired folder, and then select Move. You can open the folder by clicking on it to verify that the images are now stored in this new location. Now, before we get to image editing, let's show you how to configure Ignite settings. This is where you can set your default logo, temperature and distance units, language, and more. Click on your profile icon in the top right corner and go to Settings. The Account tab displays your Ignite plan and how much storage you are using. Unit Options is where you can set temperature and distance units for your region. Language Options allows you to set the default language and the date format for the program. Sharing provides a summary of the images, reports, and folders you're currently sharing with other thermographers. This sharing and collaboration feature is unique to Ignite and is a great way to work together on inspection reports. In this section, you can review the status and manage the visibility of what content is being shared. We'll talk more about sharing and collaboration a little bit later in this presentation. Profile is where you can configure your personal information, including your name and address. Data and Security provides access to change your password and links to FLIR's privacy policy and more to ensure compliance with the General Data Protection Regulation. Finally, Report is where you can set the default reporting template, upload a custom logo, and add standardized text to the header and footer of your inspection reports. Having a custom header and footer established can help you save time when creating a report. To open an image in Ignite, double-click the thumbnail picture. This will open a full-size version, which provides the option to zoom in and out using the plus and minus buttons located on the toolbar. The digital camera or visible light photo can also be viewed by selecting DC. Click IR to return to the thermal image. The measurement or parameter data from the image is displayed here on the right. This includes spot temperatures or area box measurements, plus all the parameter information, including location, repair recommendations, equipment type, and more that were already saved in the camera. To make changes to your thermal image, select Edit in the top right corner. This will open the editor. Here you can adjust settings such as color palette, span and level, measurement tools, and more. Let's start by adjusting span and level. This is also called thermal tuning. 3 options are available. Option 1 is a slider located here at the bottom. Click and drag either end of the slider to set your span. Bring the ends of the slider together to narrow the scale and increase contrast. Drag them apart to widen the scale and decrease contrast. Span can also be adjusted by changing the numerical values displayed here on the right. Selecting the number with your mouse will highlight that value. Type in a new temperature, hit Enter, and the scale will readjust. The third way to change your span is using the up and down arrows to adjust the selected temperature value. Bring the numbers closer together to narrow the span and move them apart to increase the size of the scale. To adjust level, also called thermal brightness, Click anywhere on the middle of the slider and drag it left and right. The span will stay fixed while the level changes. Move it to the left to lower the level and increase brightness, or move it to the right to raise the level and reduce brightness. Finally, to auto-adjust the image, click the Auto button located here in the lower left corner to automatically set the scale based off of the hottest and coldest temperatures in the image. FLIR Ignite supplies a number of different color palettes that allow you to add varying levels of contrast to the thermal image. Select the color palette icon in the menu to bring up all color palette options. These include the original from the saved image, plus iron, gray, Arctic, warm, cool, and lava. There's also rainbow and rainbow high contrast. There are also 3 options for color distribution in Ignite, including histogram equalization, temperature linear, and signal linear. These settings adjust how the colors of a particular palette are distributed across the image. It does not change any of the thermal data. Working with different color distribution settings can help better emphasize certain regions or areas within the image. Select the color distribution icon to access the following options. Histogram equalization distributes the color information over the existing temperatures of the image. This method of distributing the information is useful when the image contains only a few pixels at very high temperature values. Temperature linear applies the color information in a linear aspect with respect to the temperature values of the pixels. Signal linear distributes the color information in a linear fashion with respect to the signal values of each pixel. Histogram equalization is a nonlinear distribution mode. This helps improve contrast in situations where the hottest areas of the image are limited and you have a relatively cooler background that takes up most of the picture. This can disproportionately affect the scale. Linear modes distribute colors more evenly, giving up contrast in hotter regions of the thermal image compared to histogram mode. Isotherms use a solid color to highlight a region of apparent temperatures in the thermal image. Ignite offers above, below, and interval isotherm options. These allow you to apply this color overlay to improve the visibility of a thermal anomaly in your infrared report. In this example, we see a hotspot on a surge protector located on a utility pole. Select Isotherms from the menu and choose Above to enable this feature. Use your mouse to slide the isotherm limit located on the temperature scale slider here at the bottom of the screen. This adjusts the region of the image that is covered by the isotherm. Fusion mode offers a number of different overlays that allow you to customize how the thermal image is displayed. This includes Thermal MSX, which adds visible light details to the infrared image. MSX stands for Multispectral Dynamic Imaging and improves contrast by superimposing visible light elements captured by the digital camera on your thermal imager. This includes information such as equipment labels, breaker numbers, or patterns on objects. When MSX is enabled, this slider can be used to adjust the intensity of the visible light overlay. Slide it all the way to the right for full MSX. Sliding it to the left will reduce the visibility of the MSX overlay. Thermal Fusion is also available. This feature allows you to customize and blend infrared and visible light data using this slider located here. Thermal blending is another option, which allows you to dissolve between the infrared and visible light photos. Picture-in-picture and visible light only are 2 other options that users have access to in FLIR Ignite. There may be times when the thermal and visible light photo do not line up when using MSX. If this happens, you can adjust the alignment settings in the Ignite software. The Fusion Alignment option provides this capability. Selecting it will enable Fusion Alignment mode. With your mouse, click and drag the image around until the visible light overlay aligns with your thermal image. Depending on your target distance, however, this may not completely address the misalignment. If there is still some misalignment after adjusting the overlay, use the scale option to adjust the size of the MSX overlay and correctly fit it over the thermal image. Ignite provides a variety of temperature measurement tools that users can access from the measurement menu located here. These include a spot temperature measurement, an area box, an ellipse, and a line profile. Let's add a spot and an area box to demonstrate. As each tool is added, the temperature value for that particular tool is displayed here on the right. With the area box, you can see that the maximum, minimum, and average temperature values are shown. To remove a measurement tool, select the trash icon to delete it from the image. Also available is a polygon area tool. To set this, click once to anchor the shape. Subsequent clicks will then add another side to the polygon. Double-click to lock the polygon in place once you have drawn the desired shape. This also works with the polyline profile. Each click locks in one segment of the polyline. Double-click once you've achieved the desired length and direction. Anytime you add a measurement tool to a thermal image, you need to adjust the values for emissivity, reflected temperature, relative humidity, air temperature, and atmospheric distance. These are known as measurement parameters. All 5 have an impact on temperature accuracy, with emissivity and reflected temperature being the most important. FLIR Ignite offers 2 ways to adjust your measurement parameters. One is universal and the other is local. To set these values universally for the entire image, expand the Parameters menu on the right. Select the appropriate field and then enter a desired value. This will apply that setting to the entire thermal image and any tools that are currently enabled. Measurement parameters can also be adjusted locally. This means the values for emissivity, reflected temperature, and distance can be customized for each individual measurement tool. This can be useful when measuring different types of materials in the same image. To set local parameters, select the settings icon for the measurement tool. Enable the parameter by selecting the checkbox and then use the available field to set the desired value. The values entered here will override the settings in the universal parameters. The delta measurement option allows you to calculate a temperature differential between measurement tools on the image. Now, to demonstrate this, I've placed 2 spot temperatures on the thermal image. In delta measurement, I can pick the data points that I would like to compare. Now let's calculate the difference between spot 1 and spot 2 on our thermal image. Select Add Delta, and the value will appear in the temperatures field on the right. You can also use this feature to calculate differences between the values displayed in an area box or any tool, or use a custom reference point. This could be a temperature threshold or an air temperature value that is being used as another reference. While we're here, I should also mention image rotation. This allows you to change the orientation of the image. You can rotate the thermal image 90 or 180 degrees at a time to change the perspective. Text annotations are where you can add or edit notes, keywords, or designations that provide additional image details about the target and your findings. Important information such as equipment name, type, location, and more can be customized in these fields. When the time comes to generate a report, all this information will be automatically imported along with your thermal image into your final report. Compare Mode is a feature unique to FLIR Ignite. It is included with the Pro subscription and available as a free trial with the starter version. This feature allows you to compare 2 images with each other while also offering the ability to transfer settings and tools. In Compare Mode, you can also link 2 images together. Then when you adjust the temperature scale in one image, it automatically changes in the other. Let's use two images from the main library to demonstrate. These are electrical panel shots showing a breaker that is heating up under load. Selecting Edit will open both images in the Ignite editor. Switch to comparison mode by clicking here. Then select the other image to add and compare. Clicking on the transfer icon will open the transfer settings menu. Pick which properties you would like to apply and select Transfer to confirm. Linking connects the two thermal images. When this feature is enabled, any changes you make in one image are automatically applied to the other one. This works well if you want to set both images to the same temperature scale or use the same color palette. The graphing feature in Ignite allows thermographers to compare and trend thermal changes by analyzing a series of images in compare mode. This can be helpful if you need to visualize temperature changes on a target over time. Thermographers can use the graphing feature if looking at motors and bearings or even a wall in a building. In this example, I was inside a house looking at an exterior wall to view the effects of solar loading. I set up an infrared camera to capture a thermal image every 15 minutes throughout the day. You'll notice that the temperature of the interior wall surface changes throughout this sequence. We can use the graphing feature to help visualize this change in our thermal data. Let's start by opening the first image in the editor. Next, load the remaining images of the sequence by going to Compare mode and selecting Add Images. Locate the folder that contains your data, select the images you would like to include, and click Add. Select the next image in the sequence and drag it over to be compared. For the purposes of this demonstration, we're going to look at the window to see how the temperature changes over time. To do that, let's put an area box over the window in the first image. Click on Transfer Image Settings. And since the first image in the sequence happens to be on the right, let's switch the direction to apply the settings and make it right to left. Select Apply this to all images and click Transfer. This will add the area box to all of the images in the sequence. Select the graphing icon and click to add a new graph. This will take the data from the area box from all of the images and create a line graph. We can then select which data to analyze by specifying whether we want to look at the maximum temperature values, the minimum temperature, or the average inside the box. Selecting Auto Scale the Y-axis will adapt the scale to better fit the data and show this change over time. Select Done to complete the graph. This graph can now be exported as an image file and saved to the folder. Next, let's discuss how to create a simple report using FLIR Ignite. It is important to understand that report functionality with Ignite varies depending on which subscription service you have purchased. Those with the Ignite Starter subscription can export up to 3 PDF documents per month and are limited to 5 thermal images in each report. If you are using a Pro subscription, reports, images, and the number of pages you can export are unlimited. Ignite Pro users also have the capability to customize a report template. Storage capabilities also vary between the Starter and Pro versions. To learn more, go to FLIR.com/Ignite where you can compare plans. To create a report with Ignite, select the images you would like to include and click Create Report. This will generate a basic report using the default template. A title page will be automatically added to the document. Click on the title field here to name your report. The description field below is where you can add a quick summary of your business address or inspection location. There are several options to also customize the entire document. These can be found under Page Settings or Report Settings. With the title page selected, Report Settings is where you can name your report, change the logo, and customize the header and footer. Enter a new report name here that will also be the file name for your report. This is where you can also change the logo if you haven't done so already. Mouse over the default logo to display two options to upload your own version. Here at the bottom is where you can customize the header and footer. Check Logo to add it to the header on all report pages. Enabling text allows you to type in a custom header. The same is true for the footer. The footer also provides the option to add the current date to your report and enable page numbers across the entire document. Select Page Settings to access additional options, including a place to add a cover image to your report. The three dots located here under Elements allows you to modify additional settings that control the visibility of the logo, the title, and the description. Page Setup is where you can also adjust the paper size by selecting the appropriate layout for your particular region. And finally, here at the bottom, the orientation can be changed between portrait or landscape. Selecting the second page of the template allows us to configure the layout and settings that will be applied to the main report. Page Settings will now display an option to customize your report layout. Click the drop-down arrow to open the list. Side by side is the most common type used by thermographers, but there are others available depending on what you or your customers might prefer. Template Images provides the option to replace or edit the image on the selected page. Edit will bring you back to Ignite's editor, where you can make additional changes to your thermal image. Replace provides an option to switch out the thermal image with another in case you have selected the wrong one. And Delete will remove this image from the page. Elements allows you to adjust the visibility of the measurement parameters that are displayed here in this table. Toggling each one will turn the visibility of that parameter on or off in the data table. Location Settings does the same thing with coordinates and compass information. Selecting these will either hide or display this data in your report. This feature is useful if you'd like to hide these values and ensure the privacy of your customer in case the report is shared. Clicking the trash icon here at the top of the screen will delete a selected page. Selecting the copy option will duplicate the selected page and add it to the report. You can also add a variety of other pages here, including new reporting pages, a table of contents, report or inspection summary, and an introduction. It is important to save the report before exporting it to a PDF. Users should also save the report periodically while editing, as there is no automatic save feature available with Ignite. Select Export to output a PDF. A window will open showing you file locations in your Ignite library. There is also an image quality setting that you can adjust as well, which can help manage the file size. Select the desired location or folder to store your report and click Export. FLIR Ignite offers the ability for users to share images as well as collaborate on inspection images and reports with these two functions. An image can be shared with anyone, whether or not they have an Ignite account. In the main library, select the file you would like to share and click Sharing in the right column. Click Create Link, and this will automatically generate a link that can also be password protected or set to expire. Press here to copy the link and paste it into an email or send via a chat. Recipients will be able to view the image but will not be able to make any edits. Anyone with the link, however, can download the image, re-upload it into any existing FLIR software, and edit it there instead. An Ignite account is required for collaboration, which allows you to share a folder where you can edit images and reports together with other Ignite users. Open a folder and select Sharing. Click on Collaborate and enter the email addresses of anyone you want to include. There is also an option to invite collaborators as a viewer or an editor, depending on what level of access you want to provide. Thank you for watching this tutorial on FLIR Ignite. Remember, knowing how to use this software is not a replacement for infrared training. To successfully analyze images and create effective reports, users must also be able to correctly interpret what they're seeing. For that to happen, however, proper certification training is required. And that's where the Infrared Training Center can help. You can increase your credibility, enhance your career, and build your business. These are just some of what you'll accomplish with certification courses from the Infrared Training Center. Register today and save 15% on your next certification class using the promo code ACADEMY15. Whether you're joining us in the classroom, on-site, or online, our course schedule is packed with upcoming training dates at a number of convenient locations worldwide. Learn from industry veterans and thermal imaging experts who will help guide you through an interactive and practical educational experience with training that meets or exceeds industry standards.
I would 100% recommend this program to friends or colleagues. A little bit of knowledge with this technology can really go a long way and alleviate these problems that affect us all.
Don't wait. This offer is only available exclusively to thermographers who have completed this tutorial. Give us a call or head to infraredtraining.com to learn more and start your journey towards certification today with the Infrared Training Center.